Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kevin Gunn, and I'm the coordinator of digital scholarship at Catholic University of America Libraries. This workshop is being recorded ah, and will be made available at a later date, along with the slides. Today, we're going to be exploring Tableau, a software package designed for analyzing data and data visualization. This is an introductory workshop, so it's geared towards those folks who are just curious about the platform. So let us get started. So what we'll do today, we'll look at two sample data sets, nothing terribly complicated. We'll build some charts and visualizations and explore the platform. What we'll do is we'll create a dashboard, and then from the dashboard, we will create a story from that, and then we'll publish everything on Tableau. So we'll be walking through that. I should mention Tableau has a ton of material to help you find information on that. They have lots of free training videos. They have lots of links to sample data. They have a learning library, just walk you through a ton of this stuff. So if anything, seems kind of weird, you're just not getting it, you can always reach out to me after the workshop, or you can actually take a look at the learning library or their help section. There's a lot of helpful material there. See, I'd also like to credit Daniel Brett at the Brock University Digital Scholarship Lab in St. Catherine, Ontario, Canada. He created the two data sets which we'll be using today, so I give him a shout out. All right, so here we are. We're going to be using Tableau Public, but we're going to be using the desktop version of it. So you need to download it, and let me just pull that here. I'm going to click on that, and that is going to take us to the Tableau website. And what you'll have to do is you'll have to sign in and download the app from there and install. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to assume that you've already done it. It's pretty straightforward. But just in case you want to know, if you already have it, you can sign in and go from there. So I thought I would show that. So once you've downloaded it, you've installed it, you can now open it. And if you've successfully downloaded and installed it, and once you open it, you'll get to this page here, which is nice and spacious. So first thing to notice on the platform here, why is all this open space? Well, this is where you can keep all your projects that you're working on in Tableau, so you can keep track of all of it. So this is kind of empty, and hopefully we'll add to it in short order. So the thing to know about Tableau is that we're connecting data. We are not altering it. So you can upload an Excel file, which we'll do, but it will not alter your Excel file. So that's very nice too. So it doesn't affect your original data sets. Second, the thing you should be aware of is that the live connection means that you can update your file and the data visualization will be updated automatically. With the paid version, there's a lot more variety in that with regards to that. But for us, this is something that you can do in a basic fashion. So this is great, as you only need to create your data visualization once. So once you've done that, and once if you're adding new material to your original data set, let's say your Excel file, then that will be connected to your data visualization in Tableau, and that will be updated automatically. So it's kind of good. The only caveat there is make sure that you keep that connection, that link consistent. So if your folder's on your desktop of your your computer, and you move it to another folder, then you'll lose that connection. So you have to be aware of that. So it does allow you to connect files of various types here, Excel, text, JSON, all these sorts of things. You can connect to servers, and the paid version of this, you can connect to practically any available data set out there. It'll take some tweaking to work on, but you can definitely link to practically anything out there and bring it into Tableau. So it's quite excellent. All right, so what I need to do is I want to add some couple of files here, and what I'm going to have to do is share them with you. So here's the chat, and let's see. All right, and this takes me to some bizarre place. All right, here we go. Blah, blah, blah. Tableau 2. And I'm putting both the files in the chat. There you go. So if you're following along with me, you can download these, and then we're going to upload them bit by bit. And I'm just going to walk you through the entire process. If you do have some questions along the way, feel free to unmute and just say, "Hey, Kev, I got a weird question." I may not be able to answer it, but we can try. You can also, I'll check the chat periodically as we go through it. Okay, so we'll be doing that. If you can't, if you're not keeping up, that's fine. You can always watch this video later. It's going to be uploaded to our library's YouTube video workshop page. So you'll be able to go in and take a look at it later, and slow down the video as you go through it. So much going on with regards to Tableau. It's very complicated, and we're just going to be taking baby steps today. So. All right, so what are we going to do? I'm assuming you have your data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Microsoft Excel here. And there we go. And I am going to select Mahogany Mary 2018 sale data. Oh, there we go. So here we have our page. It's now displaying. Now we have to take a look through here. So what we have is the data set is listed here. It's listed here under connections. It's also uploaded into the platform here. It is showing to you basic data modeling, so you can link related tables and put them in there, and it will try to see if there's some sort of connection there. You'll notice down here you get a good idea of what the data set is. If you're not too familiar with it, it's a good time to take a look at it and see what's happening. So we have, this is a furniture company. We have order numbers. We have the order dates, the countries that purchased it, as well as the product and the sales total and that sort of thing. So we've got this here, and we can right now, we could create a basic pie chart or something like that if we wanted to do it. Going ahead with this, we can go to go to worksheet here and just go ahead and just use this one file and create some basic visualizations. But we're not going to do that because I want to show you a little bit of sophistication here, how you can pull in different data sets. So we want to pull in another data set, which we have. So we can go up here, and you'll see here, add connection. So we're going to click on that, and it's going to ask you, what do you want to do? Which one? So we're going to add another Microsoft Excel. Understand that you can upload a number of different connections here, and they don't all have to be Excel files. They can be from other website databases, statistical files, spatial files, all this sorts of stuff. So you do have a lot of sophistication going on here. So I'm going to click on Microsoft Excel, And I'm going to do the customer satisfaction, and we'll load that up. And you look at it, you go, hey, I uploaded it, but where is this? And you'll notice on the left-hand side here, it will give us the sheets. So if we look here and click on that, we can take a look at it. Now, what we want to do is we want to see if there's some sort of connection here. See if we can do some basic data modeling. So I'm going to hold this down. I'm going to drag it over here. Now what's happening is you can see the blue link here. The AI is saying, hey, there's a connection here somewhere. I want it. So here we go. We're going to drop it here, and boom, it's listed here. And you'll notice that files are down here. The file is down here, and you can see the different columns and rows listed here. You'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner here, it tells you that there's a relationship going on here. And it can tell you what the operators are. And what it's saying, what is the relationship that you have here? The relationship between the two data sets is the order number, and the order number is equal to each other. So this is very important because if you're working with two disparate data sets, you're going to have to make it so that they're both linked in some way. What I definitely recommend is you have a well-structured data sets so that they're working together, even before you come into Tableau, because that will make your work in Tableau much easier. So in this particular case, under customer satisfaction, we have an order number listed here. And if I go to Mahogany Mary, I also have same order numbers listed here. I should also mention that each file data set has 100 rows, and that's it. So it's kind of a well-structured data sets that we're using. So I want to point that out to you. So to look at a different way, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns under Mahogany, and we have 1, 2, 3 here under customer satisfaction. It's treating all of them together as sort of like one data set because of that link with the order number. So that's one way to look at it. All right, so that's the setup here. We have two links going on, but you know what? We have to worry about our data types. As intelligent as Tableau is, sometimes it's guessing as to what our data types are in each of these columns. So we need to be proactive, and we need to go in and make sure that we're using the data types in the proper way. And definitely in Tableau, they need to be working. Tableau is quite restrictive in that sense that your data types have to be consistent. All right, so what it has done, Tableau has read your data and has put them into these boxes here in terms of a best guess. So if we start looking at some of this, we can determine if that is basically what we want to do with this. So it's best to check each column for the right data. All right. So if we go here, we'll notice these little symbols along here. We're going to take a look at each of these. So the first one is sales total, and we're going to click on that. And when we look at it, we look at the different options that we have here. And since we're dealing with sales, we sort of don't want whole numbers. We do want to deal with decimals. So I'm going to click on decimals, and that changes it here. So now we have, dollars and cents if it comes down to that. Okay, so the next one is the product. I'm going to click on this. It says ABC, which suggests that is a string. And there it is, a string. We're going to keep it like that. It's text. We're not going to do anything with that. So we'll just leave that as there. That there. Our next one is going to be geography. Here we have a little world listed here. And you'll notice we have the regular here. They're treating it as a string, which is good because we're not going to be doing any calculations with it, right? It's a whole category type. So we're going to just be doing string. But you'll notice, and this is the beautiful thing about Tableau, is that you can do a lot of visualizations with creating maps from this. We're not going to do that today, but you can do that. And you'll notice they can break it down to everywhere from an airport to area codes to what have you, counties, stuff in Europe, state and provinces, even zip codes. So you can pull in that type of material. We're not going to do that. We are going to use geography in the sense of where our customers bought our furniture, but that's about it. So we'll leave that as that. The next one is going to be date. And you'll notice here under date, it's treating this as a string and as a default, but we can do this. We can do much better than this. We can treat this as simply a date and it'll come out consistently like that. So that's always a good thing to do. And the last one here is the order numbers. And we're just going to click on that. And we're going to look at that. And it says it's a whole number. Okay. So here's one of the things. One of the questions you have to ask yourself is, am I doing any math with this? Am I doing any calculations with it? If your answer is no, not in this column, then my advice is to turn it to a string. Because you are just talking about these numbers here as letters, if you will. Okay, I see there's a question in the chat. Why not use whole numbers? Again, it depends on what you're doing with it. In the case of sales, we want cents and dollars. And that's why I would put that in there. If we're making the decision beforehand that we're only dealing with dollar bills, then yeah, then that's the way you can go. But we definitely want to think about how this data is the information in each column is going to be used, because that will affect you coming forward. Let's see. All right, now. So what did I do? You see what happened there? I broke a connection here. I changed the field. And by the way, do you like this little button here? This is your savior. If you click on that, it comes back, right? So the back button is great. So don't worry about if you screw something up. You can always do that. So, but notice this very important connection, right? So here it is. It's a whole number, but I don't want it as a whole number because I'm not doing any calculations. So when I change it to a string, what happens is I've broken that connection with customer satisfaction data set. And you can tell right here through here. And the reason is I'm going to click on customer satisfaction here. Here, come over here, you. Should.
Maybe, Kevin, because of the data integrity?
I'm sorry?
Because I think the product ID there is different. The data type.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, this
That's
is the
my point.
Data integrity. They have to be consistent in the data type.
That's right. That's right. And that's the point I wanted to bring out. Yeah, thank you. You got it. You got it. You're getting the big point. All right. I need to, all right. Okay, so I went right back to the beginning. Let's do this. Where'd you go? All right. All right. So here it is. So here, if you wanted to change this, you would have to go here and change it to the string. And then under here, I keep double clicking. Sorry about that. It's not what I want. There we go. All right. Oh, okay. This works so well in practice. Okay. It's a string. It's a string. All right, we'll do date here. Okay. So you'll notice, you have to set up your data correctly beforehand. If not, you can do it in here, but as you can see, you can struggle with it as well. So there we go. And now I'm going to do this. Right. I don't know why it's not showing down here. All right. Very weird. All right, folks. Guaranteed something's always going to break. Reset table name, generate field. Okay. All right. Bring it one here. It's giving me two alerts here. All right. Okay. Type mismatch. So we do that. Okay. What I'm going to do is I don't want to spend too much time with this. Let me do this.
Maybe Kevin, if you keep it, as a whole number on both files, it will work
Um,
instead of a string.
that's what I'm going to, yeah, instead of the string. It worked in practice perfectly, but it's not doing that right now. So,
The whole number,
I'm just
because this is the primary key. So if the strings,
yes, I know
can be
this.
different,
Yes, I know all this. I'm saying I've done it. It's just So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to load these up again. Okay, I'm going to add this and we will continue on. All right, so I have mahogany, and what I'm going to do is just change this to decimal. I'm going to keep this, I think, as the product as a string. Yeah. Geography as a string. Mahogany as a date, I should say. So that I'm not going to touch the order numbers. Very odd. But you begin to see how very much working with this can be kind of a sad affair. You can get down rabbit hole. So anyway, so I'm going to keep these as is. I'm going to leave the order number. I'm going to take a look at these. So we have the tip, and that's a tip that you give once you get some service. So I'm going to change that to decimal. Is going to give 4. That's fine. And then under customer satisfaction, we're going to keep as a whole number. So, 1 to 10 type of thing, 0 to 10. So we're just going to keep that as is. All right. So I just wanted to show how easily the relationship can break. In that case, how are you connecting those two data sets? All right. So that is that. So we've worked with our data types. We're all set and ready to go. So now our data sets are connected. They are modeled together, and then we have the right data sets all set up. So right now we're ready to go to the next stage. And that is by going to worksheet. So we're going to click on sheet 1, right down the bottom left-hand corner here. And this brings us to our platform. And you'll notice right away, we have all this wonderful stuff already loaded, the different columns and that. So the big thing to worry about here is that you're dealing with two types of data. Basically dimensions, which you can notice a particular color here. And up here we have measures. So what does that mean? These down here, these are dimensions. They are categorical data. So they can't be combined or aggregated, that sort of thing. So, for example, countries are all distinct. For example, strings, geographical locations, that sort of stuff will be considered categorical data. So and these we're going to cover as dimensions. If you go up to here under customer satisfaction and the like, they turn to green. So these are measures. So what these are they deal with quantitative data and numeric values. So the types serve different purposes in making data visualizations. They'll generally anything with numbers that can be manipulated will fall under this category of measures. Longitude and latitude are also considered measures in Tableau, just to let you know. Okay, so these things along here, these little columns and the like, you have they're called pills. For what it's worth. So what I can do is I can do satisfaction. I'm going to hold this down, and you'll notice I can put it here. I can put it up here. You'll notice a little orange arrow, these sorts of things that you can do with that. I'm not going to drop it just yet. And if I don't want to do it, I can just pull it back here and it will disappear. So what you have up here are columns and rows, and you can put various um, pills in there, and it will give you different results, display results. So we'll get to that in a second. You'll notice here pages and filters. So filters are restrictive. So whatever you put in here, so for example, if we put country in here, and that it will just restrict to the particular countries that we're looking at. If you put something in pages, then it will multiply your data visualizations. And hopefully we'll see that later. So next, what we have is a very interesting section, and this is called marks. And here you have various options about how you can display your data. So the marks will change depending on the type of data you are exploring. So you can put these marks in the columns. All right, so how can we enter data in here? So you can build your visualizations in different ways. So one quick way is to use the robot. So if we were to ask a question, so which product created the most tips? So we can drag product, which is right here, to rows. And there we go, nice little basic sheet right here. Nothing fancy. And then we can also now drag tip to put in the columns. So here we go. And here's our answer. And it looks like that the one that got the most tips was table. So very simple, basic data visualization. All right. So that is very straightforward how you can build a data visualization just using what is available to you. And what we could do is we can also what I did was drag the sales totals here and I put them under label. And because did that, we have the numbers will pop out. So you can start adding a lot of different types of marks in that. And we'll show that in a bit. So if we want to create a second visualization, we need to create a new sheet. So there's a couple different ways that we can do that. We can go up to here and we can create a new worksheet listed here, or we can go down here and create new worksheet here. So now we have a new worksheet. So now we can start asking other questions. So for example, we can use what is called the show me method here. So let me show you this here. If you notice on the top right-hand corner, you have the show me button. So if you just click on that, you'll notice a whole bunch of visualization types that one can use. So question I want to ask is, which product sold the most? So we're going to do product and sale. And you'll notice it listed here. And you'll notice on the right-hand side here, a number of these visualizations became vivid. So what the software is suggesting to you is like, here, maybe you want to focus on these different data visualizations because they're the most useful demonstrated. And furthermore, you'll notice this one has orange listed here. It's actually recommending this one here. So if I were to go back and do this and product, if I were to click on product and then hold down my control button or your command button if you're using a Mac, and I click on that, so I'm still holding down my control button, all these will be displayed again. So you don't even have to commit to putting stuff in there. In this case, it's saying, hey, why don't you use this one here? So I'm going to click on that. And there it is. It populates the columns and the rows up here automatically. So I think that's pretty cool. So anyway, so if you want to look at some of this, you can just go and explore. If you want the old-fashioned pie chart, there you go. You have different types of bars. Tree maps. If you like bubbles, you can do that. And what you need to appreciate as well is as you go through these particular ones here, so we've got the bubbles, right? Notice over here under marks that these will change. So here you have the simple product is listed under details. Here you have the different size, you have the color, and as well as the label for each one right in there. So very interesting to note that. So that is kind of interesting. If we want to remove the data, we can go right up here and clear the sheet. There we go. All right, so let's take a look at a particular question, and then we want to look at the variety of marks and get into some details there. So does the sale total of an order affect the satisfaction rating? So what we want to do is we want to put in sales, just drag that up to rows, and we want to look at the satisfaction rating and put that there. All right, so here we go. We've got a nice graph. Sales totals listed over here. We got satisfaction rating here. And we have everything loaded into one little image, one little dot. And I think we can do something better than that. And that's one of the things you'll notice when you're working with Tableau is that your data won't, you've got it correct in the sense you've got the right pills in that, but it doesn't display properly. So yes, you can definitely do a question in the chat. Yes, you can, statement, I should say. You can actually do 3D like combined country, sales, and product. So yes, a lot of variety that you can do with that. We're not going to be doing something as sophisticated as 3D today, unfortunately, but we're just going to walk through this. So, all right. Let's see, 2, 3, and 4. So what we're using here is saying that we're using a scatter plot and it's saying, nothing for dimensions, just measures. So it's kind of an odd thing. See, so we have no dimensions, and that's what's happening. It's telling us that we don't have it. Everything's just slammed into measures, and that's that. So we have to do a little bit better than that. So we have to ask, how can we break out all these numbers because they add them all together into one huge thing? How can we break them out? Well, we can use order number, good old-fashioned order number. And what we can do with that is that we have one little dot, right? And we want to break out many. So we're going to use detail and boom, instantly our graph has some sophistication to it. So you can go over and you can look at that and you get a better sense of, what's being purchased and what was satisfactory and that sort of thing. So now we can see some correlation between sale totals and satisfaction ratings. Um, but we don't know what product correlates between the two. So we should take a look at that, right? So how do we get the product to go out? So the best way to do that is to drag product right here. And you know what? The best way to distinguish, why not just use color? So we're going to click, put it over color and release, and boom, we have color, orange and red and green and blue listed here. So all of a sudden we have our visualizations getting much more sophisticated. All right, so if we were to look at product, we won't do that right now. I'm going to click on that. And what happens is, once we put that in there, we start to get a legend listed here. It gives us the color and that. So we start to get some sophistication listed here. Now we can even get even more sophisticated. And we can take product again, and we can add it to shape. So I'm going to drag that there. And now we have different shapes. We have X's and O's and plus signs and huge square boxes. So now we get even more sophistication. And over here on the side here, we have different products and the shapes that they take. All right. All right. So next thing to know is that we have filters. So filters, there are two types of filters you have to be aware of. There's the default one, which is invisible, and then there's the active one, which is out and available. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag product to filter, and we get this little pop-up menu, and it's saying, okay, what do you want to do exactly with this? And we look at it and we say, you know what, we just like all this, so we're just going to apply it and do okay. And that is going to how you can filter your different products. Now, if you go over to the right-hand side here, you'll notice under product that we have a little drop-down menu. I don't think it's going to show that to me. Oh, pardon me. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Under filter product, if you see a little drop-down menu, you can now show the filter. And you'll notice what happens over here is that you can now have some interaction here. So if I want to just look at tables, I can click that. And just so tables are listed here. If I will look at tables and chairs and nothing else, I can see the sales for that there. So that is one way you can do with the legend. What you can do if you are interested in making sure this your material here, your links and that aren't moving around, you can use fix the axes up here. And you'll notice once you do that, they'll pop here. So if you take this out here, none of it's moving around. So nice little feature in that regard. All right. So that is filters in a nutshell. So if you want to use pages, for example, we're going to drag the order date to pages. And there you go. We have an order date here. Now, we're only looking at our sales for 1 year, in this case, 2018. So having it set as a year isn't going to be very helpful. Nothing's going to change. So we need to go to the right-hand side here. So there's nothing here. So what we have to do is we have to select on history, and we have to select all. We have length of all. We have marks. And we're going to deselect fade. So there you go. So we've got it all set up. Now let's see if this works. It doesn't work. Let me see. Of course, you have to think of what you're doing beforehand. In this case, under pages, under the filter, we go down and we don't want year, right? We want month because that's how it's organized. So there you go. So now it's month, and now you have the months listed. And let's see what happens. There we go. It's going through each month and it's showing the data as it goes through. So all of a sudden we're getting a pretty sophisticated visualization. And you'll notice here they have if you want to go very fast or very slow, you can do that as well. So there you go. That's good. One way to show how pages are used. Okay, so now we have this. We also want to do a little bit more. We want to create our own data within this data set. So if you were to right click on this page here, you'll notice this comes up. And what we want to do is we want to create a calculated field. So I created, once I click on that, I get this calculation here. So I'm thinking that, from a business point of view, I may want to raise my prices by 5%. For next year. So I'm thinking, wow, I wonder how that's going to affect things. So I'm going to create a new data sheet. Actually, I'm going to do this. And it's best if you're working, save that and to, excuse me, work from scratch. So I'm going to do a new sheet. And I want to propose percentage increase. So I'm going to do percentage increase. 5, and I'll just put in the symbol there. All right. Now there it is, but I need to do something with that. So I'm going to do proposed percentage total. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do sale total. Right here, I'm just going to drag that over here. Right there. I'm going to do an asterisk for multiplication. And I'm going to do 0.05 because it's 5%. And then I'm going to add my sale total. So I'm going to add my sale total again. And if everything reads properly, I'll get this calculation is valid right here. So I'm going to say apply and then OK. All right, so now what I've done is I've created a percentage increase file right here that I can go ahead and use for calculations and that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drag some files here. Oh, let me do that properly. I'm going to put that in rows. And I'm going to put a percentage increase here. And we're dealing with products, so I'm going to put the product and put that in here. There we go. So you'll notice here, this looks kind of weird. So I can always change it. I can change rows and columns. So if I click on that, I can get a visualization like that. I can also do that, or we can do the standard using these particular buttons here. So a very quick way to do that. All right, so that's how we can do that. So I also want to look at this particular sheet. I want to take a look at country as well. Okay, no, I don't want to do that just yet. Hang on. All right, so now what I can do is I'm going to create another sheet, and I'm going to look at sales total. So if I right click on this, I can rename it, and I'll just say sales total. There we go. And I'm going to drag the product here, the columns, and I'm going to do sales total here and put that here. So there we have this type of thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put country in here, and I'm going to put it in filters. So once again, this pops up and everything looks good. I'm going to use all. And then apply and go OK. So there you go. Right? Now, has anything changed? Nope, nothing's changed. So you gotta go up here, you gotta go to country, and you have to select the magic button, show filter. And you'll notice over here, we have our countries listed. So if I were to take out the United States, you'll notice that the column, the x-axis changed. So interesting. Okay. So that is how you can look at your countries. Okay, now let's see, do that. Now, if we also want to look at total sales and we want to do 5% increase, we can do that. So what we can do is we can do 5% increase. There we go. And we'll add the, where'd you go? Product number, list products listed here. And we have this. And that will give us this particular thing here. I'm going to do this sales total sheet 3. I'm going to rename this as 5%. There we go. We have sales total. Still there. All right. And now we're going to do we're going to do 5% with a new sheet here. Well, actually, we'll just delete that. And what we're going to do with this one is we're going to do percentage with the tip included. So let me rename that. So we're building our profile here. So we're going to build our calculation. There we are. And what we're going to do, to look at my notes here, the proposed percentage total listed here, and plus our tip. So we'll do that, plus our tip, and it's valid. So we go apply, and we go okay. And that will do true total. And our product we'll put up here. There we go. And we'll just range that. Pardon me, I did the wrong thing. Did it save? I don't think it's saved. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let me build this again. So percentage with tip. We do that. There we go. And we take the proposed increase and add the tip as well. Oh, and why is that? Oh, I see. Okay. All right. That's very interesting. All right. Percentage with tip. Okay. My apologies. All right. We're going to do, let's see, product. And we're going to do percentage with tip. And there we go. So that is what we wanted to do. And we're all set in that regard. Okay, so what I've done is I've created three different data set files. And what I'm now going to do is I'm going to put them into a dashboard. So here's what we're going to do. So dashboards are great in that you can show a data set in a particular way. So in a creative way. So what we're going to go down here, we're going to see right here we have new dashboard. So I'm going to click new dashboard. And the first thing you'll notice is all these particular objects that can come up here. So your two big decisions that you're going to have to make is, size is important, and, and are you going to be using tiled versus floating? So in this particular case, so if I were to drag that there, you'll notice how large that is. Let's go down here. Actually, I should use floating first. So the thing you'll notice right here is under size, and this can get a little complicated. If you click on size here, you'll notice a range, and it'll tell you this, but then you'll have another click down menu that says range. It'll bring up fixed size, automatic, or range. So what you want to do fixed size. And right here, I clicked on custom. And it can give you all this different ways that you can display it on particular machines that are out there. So everything from PowerPoint to desktop to whatever. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click and use story because we do want to build a story from that. All right, so I'm going to click on that. So it's very important to do that. So you can use floating. In that case, it's sort of automatic about how it will be presented in various platforms, machines, that sort of thing. You can also do tiled as well. And I should mention here, just out of fun, you can put your different images listed here, and this will take you you can put different all of your files, if you will, into one set here. And you can not only do that, but you can add a lot of this other stuff as well. So for example, you can do a web page and put that here, and it'll ask you to enter the URL. And voila, you've actually got a website in there that you can scroll and click on and all that sort of stuff. So, yep, a lot of different things that you can um, do with that. So we've selected story, and it's recommended that you don't use automatic. So you shouldn't use automatic because it's possible that your data may look very odd depending on the particular platforms that it will be displayed on. So you do want some control over how your data is going to be displayed. All right, so let's see. Now I had mentioned I've showed you all these, but then I realized that I haven't added my legends to our three data sets. So you can go back to each data set, down here, the 5% sales and percentage right here. And you can drag your product to Mark's color. And this will give you your legend that you need. Looks like we are going to go a little bit long today. So if you do have to leave, that's okay. Um, the recording will still be sent to you. Okay. So thank you for sticking with this. We're almost done. So you can do this sort of thing. So I changed, just as a demonstration, I put the product in there under color. So in total sales, you can select the country pull down menu. So let's take a look at this and see right here. And if we do, see, legend's supposed to be listed here, but it's not. So it's definitely where it should be pointing to. So if I were to go back to here, and again, show filter. Okay. Right here and show filter. It's always important when you put stuff into marks or filters that you do, or pages that you show. So you have your show your filter here. And now when I go to dashboard, let's see, is it this right one? Anyway, it will show here under legends and it should pop up. Product. Right, 5%. There it is. I was looking under the other file. So you have legends here, and I can do legends colored, and it will pop up right here. So just a quick way of you can have your legends displayed. And it's very important to notice, like if you realize you forgot something at this stage, you can always go back to your data sets and change it, and it will be automatically updated on this page here. So, all right. So here's the floating. If we wanted to do a fixed tile set, we can do fixed. What I'm going to do is clear this. There we go. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to drag these three listed here. And there we go. And you'll notice that they are shown not evenly. So what you can do is you can manipulate this data to show it this way here. And we have different ways it is showing. So that's one way that you can do the fixed data. So you can drag all three of these files here, and that will show you the different ways you can do it. You can do, let's see, what is that? I think what I'll do, if I want to eliminate that, I can do that. And you'll notice that they'll change slightly. And the country will be down here if you wanted to do it that way. So you have, if we take this and we remove that for the time being, then you have two of the files that'll show you. You can do a comparison on each one of them. So there you go. All right. So now, if you wanted to have them showing related, all of them having related data sources, you can have the legend appearing. Let's see, is that not the one? Oh, no, I got rid of the one. All right. All right. So this one has the legend listed here. You can have fit standard across the board if you like. You have accessibility, you have legends, you have filters, the highlighters, and the toolbar. And that, if you want to edit this, you can click on this and it will filter only certain things. If I only wanted to look at the chairs, it would show the chairs and nothing else. So very interactive in that way. Now let's see. Okay. All right, so we're running a little short of time, so I think what I'll do is I'm gonna move a little bit forward here. So if I were to do this, I could filter by product, as I mentioned before. So if I were to click on that, I can click and just filter on particular ones if I wanted to do that. So I'm not going to do, so that's a quick demonstration. I'm going to click the filter as off. So you can just concentrate on one particular item. All right, so that is that in a nutshell. Gonna click on that. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is show that you can have a story coming out of this. So I'm going to clear all this out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select story, new story button right here. And we get this page listed here. And what I can do is I can add dashboard, which I just had. I can add the individual files here. I'm just going to do app dashboard, and that pops it all up on there automatically. You'll notice down here it says size story listed. You can show a title if you wanted. And you'll notice the layout. We have the story here. If I wanted to have multiple pages, I could do multiple pages like this, and it will add as they go through. So I've got 3 different pages. I can add a blank page and put whatever I want on that. So that's one way that one can tell a story through different pages unfolding. You also have under layout, right here. You can have caption boxes. You can have numbers. You'll notice 1, 2, 3, or just dots or just arrows, that sort of thing. So we'll just stick with caption boxes. So there's different ways that you can play with displaying your data. So the last thing I'm going to show you very quickly is how to publish. So let's say I want to publish this. This is not a very good looking data visualization, to be honest, but it is for demonstrative purposes. It will serve our needs here. So what we'll do is we'll go up to here. And I should mention before we even publish that you should be aware that it's public. So don't put up any personal or sensitive data on the site. So here it is. So we're going to go up here and we're going to go to this little button here. It says Save to Tableau Public. And it's what it's going to do if you haven't already signed into the website, it will ask you to sign on to the website. You got to sign in first. So here's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to say um, work set trial, and then that's the particular name I'm giving it to, and then I'm going to say save. And now it's preparing the view and all that. And then it's going to take me to our website, and I'm going to have to share my screen. And there it is. It is on our website, and it doesn't look great. It's publicly available, but there it is. And because we have these particular links here, we can click on that and it'll show here what is showing here. So we didn't use the color scheme for these two data sets. Bit of a rush, so it doesn't work perfectly, but you can see how, in principle, how it does work. And then you have these particular rights. So if you can tell a story over time by just having people click on this and go through it. What you can do as well, if you look at this under settings here, if you click on that, you can show a visualization on profile. So it'll be hidden. So on your profile, you can show, display your understanding of this. If not, you can just keep it hidden. You can show the data sheet. So if you look up here, there's nothing here, but if I click on there, here's all the data sheets from that whole platform that I did. So even sheets 1, 2, and 3 are listed up here as well. Go figure. So I can click on those if I wanted to look at sheet 2 or sales total, that sort of thing. So I've got a lot of interactivity happening here. All right, and then let me do story 1. And then you can all allow others download or to make copy of this. So that's fine. You can do downloads here. If you do downloads, you can do image, crosstab, these sorts of things, except for Tableau Workbook. Everything else is going to be a static page. So it'll just be a picture basically. So there won't be any interactivity. So that's something to keep in mind. And then you can share with various folks. So if you want to put this on a website, you can do that. You embed the code. There you go. If you want to send this link out to friends, you can do that by various means and methods. And last but not least, if you scroll down here, you can actually add details. So you can write a paragraph or whatever about how, what you're working on and what your data visualization represents. So that's basically the presentation there with a few hiccups and that along the way, but that's the way software is. So do you have any questions?
Thank you, Kevin, for this presentation. And just a quick question. You will post the video, the recording, presentation, and also the slides later with the data
Yes,
set?
I will. I will post them on our Catholic University American Library's YouTube website. We have a whole bunch of tutorials up there, but I'm also going to send you a link to that video as well as the
Data set.
handout. Yeah, so you'll be able to go back and do it over again if you want.
How about the data set? The data set you already showed, the file, all this there?
I will send them as well, as a matter of fact. Yeah, so you can play around with them as well. Yeah.
Is there another workshop or tutorial later for more advanced level for how to create maps and all these things?
No, however, I'm not planning on that, but we did do a workshop back in 2021 where I used Tableau data, and we actually looked at the southeastern part of the United States with actual maps.
Okay.
So I would recommend taking a look at that video.
Okay. So it will be also in your YouTube videos, in the same
Yes.
list. Okay. Okay.
Yes. Let me find it real quick. Let me see what we've got here. And some videos. And I was pulling off some stuff from that video, but at the same time, it's very they've updated new things and that sort of thing. So I could show you. There it is. All right. So I'm going to put in the, I'm going to put this into the chat, the link. There we go, to that particular video. And it does, I did use geographical maps and that sort of thing to demonstrate data across the board. Yeah, so that's a very different take on that, but yeah, you can definitely do it that way. Oh, there you go. Oh, thank you, Sri. Sri put it in there. All right. Okay. All right. So there you go. I guess if there's no more questions, I will let you go back to your day. Thank you very, very much, everyone, for coming. And hopefully you'll learn a few things about this. I think you'll see it's very much very, very sophisticated software. So you need to spend time with it and practice with it. So
the YouTube contains, all the previous also presentations you did before, yes?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so
Lots
much.
to watch.
Okay.
Thank you for coming very much. Thank you.
Okay.
I wish everyone a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.